Hello everybody, how you all doing? Hope you're having a wonderful day. We got a little bit of a headache, but it's not that bad. We'll find out if it gets worse. Whew. So, yeah, we're going to do some WoW Importer todays because I have done some work and I am very happy with the results. Um, I solved the issue with the materials not working correctly. Turned out there's a whole bunch of problems with it. But after plugging away at all of them, I think I have it fixed. Actually, no, that's not right. I know I have it fixed because I've been testing it. Which actually brought me to the next issue that I fix offline. And that was the, you know those lines we were getting in the ADT files at the corners? Well, that was actually two problems. The first, yeah, let me get this a little closer. The first was that if I looked at the MCALs, it turns out we were reading them wrong. A lot of these MCALs that we have weren't being corrected correctly. They weren't being read correctly. Where the MCALs only had 63 entries instead of 64. And apparently there was a flag inside the header chunk for that ADT section, and that actually tells you whether or not to correct the MCALs. And by correct, they mean copy the last polygon, the last point over to the previous point over to the first point. It's hard to describe without kind of showing you, but I've already gotten past that, and I don't want to back up to show you. So yeah, basically what I did was I took this pixel and put it here, all the way down, and all the way across. So yeah, that's kind of where, that problem. That got rid of like 99% of the issue. But as I looked, there was still a little bit of, I guess you could call it an overlap. Well, I got that fixed pretty easily by simply reconfiguring the materials. No, it turns out that the issue there was that we had set up the material to the texture in the material to wrap when we wanted it to clamp, and as soon as I did that, I didn't get any more tiles except for that first one. And I was wondering why that was, and finally it occurred to me. It's because the UVs were offset. You had one chunk right in the UV part, and then the next one was over here, and then over here, and over here. And when you clamp it, it goes to the edge of the UV map, and then continues on. And that's what we were getting. So, what I did, very simply, I told the UVs, hey, no, every chunk needs to be in the UV square. I did that, and it got all fixed, and now it looks beautiful. I mean, look at that. Not a line anywhere in sight. As you can see, I've been kind of expanding out where we been checking. But yeah, it's just I can come down here, and there is not a line anywhere. This area used to be full of lines. But now I can't even see one. We come over here where we've been doing a lot of work. There used to be a line going right down the road. It's gone. Everything's perfect. The other thing I noticed, which I kind of noticed. Let's see, where was it? Where's my mouse? There it is. Oh, yeah. This is taking up a lot of memory, I guess. All right. Yeah, somewhere around here, I think. Yeah, there's this patch of flowers, and somewhere, or was the flower patch up here that I'm thinking of? At any rate, there's a patch of no, there's a patch of flowers, and I was looking at it, and I was comparing it to how this is in what is it? Anyways, I was comparing it, and I think it's right in here. Anyways, there's a line that kind of just goes straight across or something like that. Maybe it's over here? Anyways, I found a line. I was able to... and I went into Ascension, which is running the same version of WoW, graphically. And... oh... Sorry, people in Discord don't understand words. So yeah, I went in live. I found out that the lines were all weird, but that's not actually what I discovered when I did that. What I discovered was that is it over here? It might be over here. What I discovered is actually that the textures were inverted. So actually, you know what? They're actually inverted right now. I'm looking at that. Yeah, that's definitely inverted. So what I have to do, let's see, this is 2050. And this is actually something I need to actually program in. But, we can just do this to the base model. It's fairly simple. I made a chain. Oh, I see it right there. I hope you can see it. Right there, we have this line that you can see the flowers being cut off on, right where my mouse is. That's actually where I saw an edge, and I was looking at that, comparing it to live, and that is when I found out that the materials were inverted vertically. So I added the option into the materials so that you could flip the y-axis. Maybe I just need to make that a permanent change, but for right now it's an option. Maybe I'll invert that. There we are. So yeah, right now, invert Y tiling. We click that. And after it compiles, this is actually how it looks in Ascension. So, the grass is going off in that direction. And somewhere around here... But yeah, I found this line. I found the exact spot it was in live, and that's right there. That's it. You can see them right there. That line. Which, if you go into Ascension and look, and Ascension is basically running Wrath of the Lich King, you can see this line, this cut in the flowers, in live. So, yeah. Yeah, I think I'm going to make that change real quick. But first things first, music. There we go. Shaping of the world. So this is actually an instance where I think I actually want to turn on something in the material instance. Wait, why is this... No, this should not be an instance of that. Ah, great, I found a bug. These should be instances of the instance. So, material instance chunk. And for some reason, this is not going to that. That is going to that. That is weird. Alright, save. So that's obviously something to fix. But, there you can now see that this one has going vertically different directions. But yeah, that's also why you want to do an instance of your main material and then work from that. So, all right. So, one of the things I've been working on has been, just slowly building out my world to see, making sure things still work. And I think they may not. Because I was trying to do some stuff, and, I think I had a crash just before things started up. Also, as you just saw, I have added in a slow channel, so it will actually tell you, what it's doing rather than just freeze. I also started some issues on my personal repository, so I can actually keep track of things now and remind myself of certain things that need to happen. So, what I'm planning for tonight, other than going around and having some fun and making sure that things still work, because I did do massive changes. I'm not sure I tested the outer edges. Nope, had another crash. Anyways, other than fixing whatever bug is going on now, which is more than likely has to do with the fact that there are one or less materials in this. Yeah, I'm pretty certain of that. Anyways, my goals for tonight is, first of all, I want to get the water separated out. Getting it to be able to be its own, procedural mesh and or, a static mesh is the goal for that. Let's see. And if we complete that, I want to start work on getting the material to generate, maybe not the material to generate, but I want to start work on building the one texture version of ADTs. So we will build out the entire texture map, which, using our templated, our chunked version, we now have exact numbers for it. But yeah, I want to take that, and I want to bake that down to a single texture per ADT file. Those are the two things I really want to work on tonight. 3 if you count, fixing this crash. So let's get working on that. Let's see, what's going on? 637. What's going on at 637? That actually probably just needs to go in there. The rest of this should just work, I think. Building of the world. Song of a Loon. I know. Okay. So yeah, one of the things I would love to do is be able to, you know, just toss things in and have it work. I did actually do something earlier. It was like a day or two ago. And I haven't had a chance to do anything else with it. I was hoping to get it ready for tonight, but I did not. Let's see if I can just open it up. Loading files. Ah, okay, I guess that works. So here is a frame I did for an animation. I was hoping, you know, one of my new programs would start up and, you know, let me show it. Maybe I need to manually start it. No, that's gonna work. Yay. At any rate, you know, this is a pretty good, you know, animation. Little animation I did. Oh, it's finished. Hopefully, some of these other programs will catch up, but probably not. Anyways, I loaded in all, you know, like a 9-block area. I added in all the doodads, all the WMOs, and I did a fly-through animation of it. I made sure to do it in such a way that it would be repeatable. So, as we progress and improve the system, we'll be able to actually update that animation and actually see a progress meter. I probably need to go back and re-render for other various versions. Oh, finally it started up. Let's see. Close you. So yeah, it starts here at Westfall. It goes through, and it's pretty much just following the path for the most part. And this is with, you know, Lumen and all sorts of things. And this is going to be something that I put onto my Cut YouTube channel. Yeah. Look at that. That's just an amazing frame. And this is literally just bringing WoW into, you know, unmodified Unreal Engine. This is using basically default values almost. I do actually have a custom blueprint that's covering effectively, you know, dealing with the sky and stuff. Let's see. Yeah, it's just basically a nice little animation. Flying through, looking at things. And, you know, it's basically, you know, going through it. It will go from Westfall to Goldshire up to Northshire, and then down into the gates of Stormwind. So, you can look for this. The first version of it will hopefully be uploaded before this weekend. If not, I'm probably going to release it, you know, next Monday. We'll just see how long it takes to do all the compiling and stuff. It took like a full day to render, but I was also tweaking things. Alright. Alright, let's see if we can't get this these landscapes to import again. I have a feeling it was just this. Oh, you know what? I think, yep, that's gonna have to be... So yeah, that's going to fail. That's going to crash. So we're not even going to bother after it loads up. Up now. But yeah, I would love to be able to just say to you know, export everything tonight, or well, I would love to be able to get to a point where we could try to export all of Azeroth. But I think we definitely need to get the single texture per ADT done first. And that actually brings up an interesting question. Now that I have some of the basic data I need, I probably need to sit down and figure out what is the absolute minimum resolution that you need to have a full texture for that. That's actually hard to determine because of the resolution of the source textures could change. So is that something I need to dynamically record or figure out rather than just say, oh yeah, well, you know, it's not like the terrain where there's a literal limit to the data. This is a little bit more abstract, so maybe just going with the ooh, what the hell? Maybe just going with the you know, here, choose your own resolution is probably the best idea. And we'll be able to calculate out for, you know, this area, because we know, you know, most of the textures are already... Yeah, they're all ready. Damn it. And yes, I am still planning on doing Ogrimmar at some point in the near future. Just again, we got to get Azeroth, finished, and then we can work on Kalimdor. No point in wasting time on Kalimdor if Azeroth isn't working. I've been thinking about it. I think I like new Ogrimmar more than old Agrimmar. So I think in my master, in my ultimate remaster of the classic world, I'm actually just going to go straight with the newer Ogrimmar rather than old Ogrimmar. But obviously, I'll be using the one that does not have the exit. What's it? The Azure Coast, not Azure Coast. Azura. It's been so long since I played the game, I don't remember. So yeah, basically, either probably Mists. I mean, it's going to be either Cataclysm or Mists. With Stormwind, we're probably going to be using a bit of. I actually really like Legion, the Legion Park area, where they have the king. But I'm gonna have to go back and retrofit that so that it's the old park system area, and that's going to be an interesting little bit. And then I got to build the outside to that park section. So a little bit of custom work there. My current plan is just, okay, let's just pretend it's just one big round building with multiple sub areas inside. And then that just sloughs off into the ocean afterwards. No open external doors. So yeah, if I tried to get this one to run, it would crash because this would be the same issue. So we can just straight up close this. Oh, you know what? I also want to take a moment. I am so sorry. I have no idea what's going on with my voice right now. I wasn't having this issue at all today. Okay, that's the constructor. Whole bunch of slow tasks. Generate terrain material. And that's probably where I'm fucking up. I hate waiting for this. Thunder Bluff. Alright. Find parent material, chunk, good. That's the parent material. Material instance. Create materials from the parent material, yes. You know what? That's actually wrong. So we need this instance material. Should we be turning that? Ooh, maybe I... Ah! I am not happy with what's going on with my throat. I'm perfectly fine all day, and now it's just... Okay, I'm thinking that... I'm thinking a lot of things, actually. Alright, so, I think all of this needs to be U-material interface. And the reason for that is that way we can return, you know, basically any material type. So let's go from that. Document, yes, place. Only 2 instances. Alrighty. That's going to be a material interface. Oh, no. It is not. That's just going to be a straight up U material. And we can just return that. All right. So, U material constant? No, instance constant. Instance constant. Instance, and that is yep. If instance does not equal null pointer, material equals instance. How about we just return instance? Yeah, that probably worked its best. So could I just straight up copy and paste this? Alright. The answer is no. I am therefore doing it anyways. Oh. So, okay. That just creates the material instance. The confusion is mighty in this one. That creates the day-night instances. Here, I'm actually... Alright, yeah, create material instance, and I get in the mat instance. If mat instance does not equal null pointer, return mat instance. Alright. I feel that's probably going to be... Hopefully fixes the issue? We'll find out. Alright, so let's build. It'd be nice if it fixed it. Okay, I just had a thought pop in my head for something for later. Yeah, for some of those animations, yeah, I'm keyframing it, but I'm not exactly 100% happy with it. So I might need to look up, some camera tools and tips and tricks, and hopefully I can find one that does splines. Okay, so this incorporates a number of corrections and fixes, and hopefully that will work. Oh, you know what? This is chunked. Yeah. Good enough. We'll work with it with what we have for now. we're going to have to find some reversion tools. Or versioning. Reversion setup. More than likely what I'll do is just add like a single variable that's unconnected to anything. Simple scalar parameter. Hasn't just input integers into it. By the way, I went looking for how to do the those little tiny grass doodads, and I think I have found a way to do it. The good news is I don't have to worry about. I don't really have to worry about anything with it, but most of the data is actually in the client. It doesn't give me exact coordinates, but it should be enough to do an approximation. I mean, you're not going to need to know exactly where each blade of grass is in the basic game, and then match that up to what we're doing. What we're doing can be close enough. At least that's my theory. The big question is, can I do a landscape application on a non-landscape material? I don't know. But that's something we're going to work on not tonight. No, we're going to try and fix, this bug. We're going to try and fix the other bug. And then we need to work on water. In fact, we can probably start work on that now. It shouldn't be that hard, actually. In fact, I think I already have some of the code set up for that. Don't need that. Okay, this probably needs to be... I was going to say atomized, but that's not right. No, Alright. Actually, let's go into the actor for this. Terrain mesh, procedural mesh. Procedural water mesh. And let's see. This will be water mesh type. Equals terrain water mesh type, procedural mesh, or terrain water mesh, and let's see. Oop. Okay, I'm messing up. Okay, so all right. All right. So, landscape and water mesh type is procedural mesh, or and water mesh landscape type. Water mesh landscape type. All right. Hopefully that works. All right. You guys still not done processing? Go away, Misha Log. I don't need you. I don't need you. Oh, I don't need anybody! All right. Great terrain. You're crashing, aren't you? Procedural water mesh. So... Ah, hey Kara, how you doing? Sounds good. Oh my goodness, it actually made it. So, alright, let me turn the fog off for a moment. Oh, okay, that's a problem. So it made the water just fine, but did not make any landscape. So definitely gonna have to work on that. Yeah. I've got the whole soundtracks up through, I can't remember, actually. Looks like Battle for Azeroth. Yeah. So, that's just playing on a massive, massive track right now. But I gotta say, I'm actually really impressed with how things are going with this. It's just looking great. We got Westfall. You know, the lands are coming in. Oh, a lot. You know, we actually got the landscapes to import pretty well. I mean, here, I'll just import a little bit of Westfall right now. And actually, this will be a good test to see if the material switchover fit worked. But right now... Oh, my current data set is Wrath of the Lich King. So, to answer your question, effectively vanilla. Yeah, I figured working with Wrath of the Lich King would basically get me vanilla all the way through to Wrath of the Lich King, and then, you know, they made major changes to landscapes and everything else with, you know, Cataclysm. So I wanted to get this up and running 100% first, and then I could work on also supporting the chunked versions. Because I can get a lot of the data, you know, up and running just with this. Waiting for static meshes to be ready. Yes, Captain. Alright, let's, oh, what did I just do? Cancel. Yes, I wish to save. Okay, so I forget exactly how this was supposed to work. Source name? I'm not even seeing anything about source name in here. Oh, good. I might try retail once they get purchased by Microsoft, which I really wish they wouldn't, but, you know. We'll just see how things go with that. Okay, do I not use source name at all in this? Then why do I even have it here? Alright. Okay, so what we're doing here is pretty simple. Just let's grab proc mesh and make that. Yeah. Well, if I really feel the call of WoW, I'm either working on this or I'm. Oh, good, that finally finished. Uh, yeah, look at this. We actually get it. It imports. It looks perfect. Oh, good. All right. 2951, huh? 2951. Let's make sure that this is actually... Looks like it is. Yeah, it looks like it's reading from the instance. Which means that its textures are correctly flipped vertically. Which means we actually got that fixed. I'm not sure I use source name. Current document. Oh, no, we actually do have a source name. So we do actually use that. That's good. Although I could probably call it destination name. Or I don't know. Would that still be source name? I mean, we're getting the terrain asset path from the name, plus the prefix of SM. I don't know. Just to make things easy, we'll do that. Alright. Yeah, I thought about that for a while. Yeah, I do want to do that. And yes, it is reading that, and it is reading that. Perfect. So this is actually... this does look like it's working. Could I play from here? Yeah, I probably could. Okay, no, I do not have first-person capability. I do not have third-person capabilities for this. But, you know, still. I mean, the whole idea behind this plugin, and by the way, each of these little dots you see on the screen, that's an ADT file. The whole idea was actually to build this up for cinematic uses. So, don't want to, you know, not saying you can't, just saying this was designed for cinematics. It's not designed for you to, you know, come in and make a game with it. You could, but it's not designed to do that, and I don't support it. Oh, yeah, absolutely. I would love to be able to just come in here, you know, and play, basically recreate a single-player version of World of Warcraft just to be able to check things out. Alright, let's, oh, Basic Sky got changed. Actually, yeah, it is. This is actually importing the original water, but the water material itself is actually being stolen from Datasmith, I think. So this is basically a default Unreal Engine water. I mean, I could actually, you know, create and import a nice water material. I just haven't gotten to that yet. Alright, so basically what I want to do here is I want to turn this away from the pre-built stuff into a little bit more of a... Actually, you know what? Yeah, this could be a static. I forget if I have to declare it static in here. Probably. But I want this to be basically a standalone little function. So you can just call it pretty much from anywhere, or at least inside this, and it won't use any of the information in here. Except that we probably are going to need the WoW version, don't we? Yeah, we need the source. So yeah, let's not make that static. I mean, in theory, I probably could just... Yeah, let's just do that real quick. It's just easier to do this. And then just need to rename in current block procedural mesh to proc mesh. Replace, save, good. Now let's see. If I import the WMOs, and generate the blueprints, because I already have, you know, most of these blueprints already done. There we go. So we got some nice little works in here. And let's see. Gonna have to work on lighting, but it's not bad. And we got the houses of various flavors, which actually don't come with any lighting, which is interesting. Let's get the North Shire going. There. Oh, we can get the farms too, yeah. Nope, this looks good. Alright. Alright, generate for that. Generate for those. Now these ones I actually have not done, because these are like first import ones. So for them, let's place the WMOs. We got mage towers, nice. Let's import some doodads. I guess that's done. Westfall burnt? What? There's a burnt house here? Oh. Okay. And there's an animal den right over there. Next up, a couple of animal dens and a spider mine. Let's import all the doodads for those. Create the blueprints. It's that Spider-Man, I'll tell you. The crazy Spider-Man. Okay, there's that. Which just leaves this, which is just that. Oh wow, just across the river, huh? So we got a number of farms. We got a mage tower. This is what the mage tower looks like with Lumen with the default settings. Or as close to the default settings as I can figure out. I probably need to tweak them more. Okay, let's go check out the mine. Okay, I can't see. Unlit. There we go. This is a little bit more appropriate. And oh, okay. We got another one of those animated meshes. And they are borked. I'll have to figure that out. Now, where's the Spider Queen? Yeah, unlit is a little bit more appropriate for how WoW looks, but true, that is a spider, rare spider. Alright, now for the big guy, I guess. Oh, that's right. There was a farm and some wall pieces. And now for Stormwind. Now this one has already been imported, so I don't have to worry about doing all the import stuff, and I don't want to rebuild the blueprint, so I'm just telling it to grab the blueprint. And I'm going to disable its lights because it's causing a bit of an issue. Now, unfortunately, this does import as one massive, part. So it doesn't do the chunking that it needs to do. And these statues are backwards, which is an issue. And I don't know why this statue is missing. Did it fall or something? But yeah. We got all sorts of issues here. This is why this version of Stormwind's no good. And why I want to replace it with a version from Cataclysm or something else. Alright. So now we'll come here, place WMOs. And we'll get the docks basically dealt with. That's a lot of WMOs. Okay, let's import the doodads for these. And the nice part is, the more doodads I import, the less I have to import. Of course, the worst part is I'm getting distracted. I'm like, oh, look at all this cool stuff we can import. And I'm like, yeah, but we're not going to get to the water. Alright, now that they're imported. Well, once it responds again. There we go. Generate the blueprints. Elven Destroyer, wreck, back. The work they did on the docks is very much is very important to note, because this is actually what they were doing with the newer Stormwinds, because this version of Stormwind is all based on just an actual static mesh. They just built it all in a program and then imported it. Whereas what they did with the docks and what they did with Stormwind after, starting with Cataclysm, is they actually combined the landscape, the terrain, with the city itself. And that combination actually makes it a lot easier to work with, or probably, I don't know if it's easier, but it's definitely different. I've always been wanting to see the WoW editor. I'm curious as to what it looks like. Because they had to have built their own, they built their own, engine for this. They had to have built their own editor. I've seen like a few videos of them saying, "Oh yeah, well we can move this little bit here, and we can paint a little bit here," and I'm like, I want an in-depth video about that, not just like a quick, 20-second clip that just shows that we can do it. I want to know details behind it. There we go. All right. So let's back over here. It's got to be a wall or something. All right. Yeah, I'd be curious to know some of the technical details of their editor. And the worst part is that they've had to keep that going for decades now. Wow. And keep in mind, this is just raw imports. There are no edits that are going on. It's just this, bring World of Warcraft into Unreal Engine and look what you can find. And I did not know that there is a Night Elf wreck down here. But yeah, I rarely go under the water at the dock, so... yeah, it would have had to have been all custom software. Especially back when they were originally creating it. Alright, was there any WMOs here? Nope. Any here? Oh, yep, Elven Wreck. Alright. Alright, let's be crazy. And we'll do all these all at once. After this, I'm going to have to save it because pretty certain I'm coming to the edges of my memory limits. No, not really. Even with all the work that I'm actively doing, Unreal Engine's only using about 10.5 gigs. Alright, looks like that's all generated. Now, one of the reasons I didn't hit import doodads and generate with Stormwind was because that is a massive amount of work. We would be spending most of the rest of the stream just dealing with that. So, good thing I already did that earlier and just imported it. Yeah, that's about what I was anticipating. I mean, you got to be able to place models. You got to be able to place models. You got to be able to do vector painting on the landscape. You got to be able to paint on the weight maps for them, and be able to bake all that into data. There's just you got to be able to place models, sound effects, all sorts of stuff. It just sounds like they built their whole game engine editor. But building it inside, yeah, at some level it would have to be. All right, there we go. So these are just the ADTs being imported, no doodads. Because doodads would be crazy. Yeah, I think I gotta adjust the lighting in these. But that's why I'm doing most of these as blueprints, so that people can come in and make changes and additions if they need to. Oh, we got a little bit of the town over here. Oh, wow. Now that's a screenshot. World of Warcraft with Lumen. Yeah, this is just the basic sunlight coming in and Lumen lighting the whole thing up, so... What happens when you bring World of Warcraft into Unreal Engine 5? And you can load the whole goddamn thing at once. We still have to figure out what's going on with this and probably fix that, but I think I'm going to leave that for later. Alright, I gotta save all this work. I could toggle off on and off the ray tracing. I think all of it's on right now. Mainly because, yeah, I definitely have hardware ray tracing enabled, which is why everything looks so good when I do the lighting. Let's see. I actually did do like a render earlier. Let me see if I can pull up a couple frames. This may take a little bit. And I want to kind of jump back over here, work on this a little bit. Save procedural mesh to static mesh. What's wrong with that? I feel like this needs to be destination name. Alright, yeah, here we are. So this is when I loaded up a whole bunch of models and did a nice little fly-through animation. I mean, this is literally just straight imported and then, you know, everything enabled. Gets a little dark when you have Lumen. So, you know, in a game setting, you'd probably want to pump this up just a little bit from the dark end. Probably clamp things a bit. Actually, you know, because this is a blueprint, I was able to actually import a light into there. Made it bigger than the lamp itself, so it actually emits light. Might still need to expand that out a bit. Let's see. Oh, you can see there. Let's see. Yeah, there's. That's one of the problems we're having with you know, animated meshes right now. It's just for some reason some of the polygons are discombobulated. I suspect it might be an indices issue, just based on what I'm seeing here. I'm wondering if maybe the indices that they're trying to count are also accounting for the indices in the bones. I don't know. But somehow or another, the same calculations that work for static meshes do not work for animated meshes. Let's see, then it goes up to Northshire. Takes a look at the... You take a quick look at the cathedral, and then back we go. Out, over, through the woods, and up to the gates of Stormwind. So it's just a nice little animation, and the whole idea behind it was having effectively a standardized path that I could do multiple passes with. So like I could do one that's just the landscape, one with the WMOs, one with the doodads added, all sorts of stuff. You know, tweaks to the lighting, everything, and I can just re-render it and have a really good idea of how things look different. I'm actually going to bake that out to... oh, good, this finished. I actually want to bake that out and make it work for pretty much anything. Alright, good, I still have that. Alright, alright. Mesh name equals WoW path SM S string mesh name, and now we need to set this to procedural mesh. Terrain mesh. Replace all. So let's come back up here. We need the procedural water mesh. And the terrain water mesh. Procedural water mesh. Alright, that's all good. getting that all set up. All right, let's close that. So good news is we fixed that material issue. This is just getting us kind of set up so that when we can start doing all the waterworks. Generate highest procedural. I'm wondering if I should do the water here as a separate function for each one. That might be the best idea. All right, if terrain landscape equals that. Well, actually, no, I can just do another if down here. If should I change this? Yeah, I think I will. Current project. Nah, just open documents. Okay, 3 instances. All right, so now water mesh type. Okay, thanks. Thank you for stopping by. It's been a lot of fun. It's been good talking to you. All right, if water mesh type equals terrain water mesh type, which I think is what it is. Yeah, terrain water mesh type. So, procedural mesh else if, and we do actually have to do an if on this. Static mesh. All right, copy and paste. And the reason we did an if over here is because there is a third option that we're not going to deal with here. This is actually going to go somewhere else. All right, so here we actually need to swap it up for the terrain landscape material options. All right, separate mesh, not static mesh. Alrighty, so now we can actually run. All right, here we're actually going to want to write some new functions. So. Vody. Generate water as procedural mesh. So yeah, that will be that. Create that. Create that. And we're going to add the new if statement once this is done. That will only create the water built in if we have the proper if statement. There we go. All right. All right. Let's just copy that for right now. Generate procedural mesh. If water mesh type equals water mesh type combined mesh, now I do have to actually come up here. Okay, yeah, that's already done. Perfect. Wait, why was that 2? That should only be 1. Yeah, that's just doing 1 task of adding the water. And then there's this one, which is the getting them sections. Oh, okay. Yeah, I get it now. I get it now. One to actually generate the water, the other to, add the water, process the water down here. Gotcha. I get it now. Okay, so that should do that. We should be good. Oof. Ugh. All right, 0.5. Yeah, no, it could just be that. That's fine. Alright, so we're getting the water mesh data there. am not going to return out of that because we don't need to return out of it. We're just going to error out and then keep going. So here, let's actually come in here. We'll add another slow task. Make these each 2-5. No, just 5. Or now they're all 0.25. Keep forgetting I can do shit like this. Alright, after that, it's all cleared up. All right. Okay, so we're definitely having an issue with building the landscape. I do want to deal with that, but right now I just want to get the water running. Save this procedural measure. Get water mesh data. Regenerate true. Yes. Could not generate procedural water mesh. Okay. So next we're doing the task counter. Which I'm going to have to... you know what? Let's actually come up here and go if equals that, return. Because we don't want to run this if, you know, we're doing a combined mesh. Or do we? No. No, we don't. So yeah, we need to, you know, rethink this. So we'll just, for right now, comment all that out. Generating procedural water mesh. I gotta go use the bathroom. I'll be right back. And I'm back. All right. I want to open another window of this. New horizontal document group. Oh, split. Yeah, but can I split this sideways? Remove split, new window. Over here, close that. Okay, so let's see. First thing is generate the material, which we do not need to do for our water mesh. This is actually something we probably should do, but it's going to be water underscore mesh type equals water mesh terrain water mesh type terrain water mesh type combined procedural. Water mesh terrain water mesh procedural water mesh visibility true. Actually, I don't even... Well, actually, no, I do need to do a check here. Water separate mesh. That way I won't forget that. That'll be useful. I'll worry about that later. Alright, next up, let's see. Here we're going through the material group, when what we really need is just this. So, procedural water, clear mesh section 0. Create and apply the material. Oh, we also need to get this water mesh data. Oh, just mesh data, not water mesh data. All right. Whoopsie! That's going to be 0, 0, water mesh. There we go. All right, so we're just hand coding that in, and I suppose we could add a slow task setup here. Actually, no, let's just... And we'll start with 0.5. Well, actually, no. Let's do that and that as 0.5. Because generating this is going to take a lot longer. Alright. And modify true. Don't think I'm going to need too much more than this, actually. We could probably not even have the slow thing. Alright, let's see. Counter is 1. I don't think there's a whole lot more to do there. Or we could just make it that it's 1, 2, 3. Yeah, we make it 3. And then this can be a 1.0. That can be 1.0, and that can be 1.0. So, there we are. We are now generating our task. We're now generating water as a procedural mesh. Oh, we need to actually set it to be the procedural water mesh, not procedural mesh. That would overwrite our landscape. Alright, so generate height as mesh. So let's copy, paste. It's procedural. So now generate water as procedural mesh. Procedural water mesh, water mesh, water mesh. Cannot create water mesh. No data to convert. Could not generate. No procedural water mesh generated. Could not generate water static mesh. Gotta fix these errors. This is gonna make things easier. Generate terrain asset path, SM. Okay, now we'll do the set visibility. Should probably put a slow thing in here, but Okay, so mesh name. Append water. Alright. And this is going to be new terrain mesh. Just because we need to make sure everything is good. Procedural mesh, clear that. Water mesh. Terrain water mesh. New water mesh. Maybe I should just have it be new mesh. Yeah, that kind of feels better. Separate mesh. Generate waters mesh. And I just realized I have these backwards. There you go. So if it's a landscape, then work with this. Otherwise, work with this. Okay. Whew. Hopefully, this works. I'm going to close that just so I can get a little bit of my real estate back. Yeah, I could just like spam this with slow stuff. So on this next round, we will actually be testing out if our new save procedural works. Actually not certain if it does. Dun 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 dun. Dun. I'm hoping it does. A few more tests. I need a lozengers. I need a lozenger. Honestly, if this works, like, immediately, I wouldn't be surprised, but I'd be very happy. Actually, that's not true. I would be very surprised. But also extremely happy. Because then we can move on to the second portion of tonight that I want to do. But still, getting it to do this is actually a huge thing. And if it works, we're actually gonna we're gonna have to make some default changes to the actor. Because I think right now, yeah, water mesh should be separate. Yeah, they're both should be separate meshes. Hmm. And then we'll have to work on this once we get the texture to combine. Well, while I wait, I'm going to start writing up the commit. Come on. I really want to test this. Ah. Okay, yeah, that looks like everything. So once I know whether or not the water stuff works, we can either try to fix it or move on. And I'm hoping we can move on, because then I'll make this commit, and then we can start working on building one texture map to rule them all, which is going to save a lot of memory, actually, I think. Yeah, we won't have so many material instances. We don't need to do one per chunk, so we can have just literally one. I wonder if we should rename the master one. I'm also wondering if I should move all these into another folder. So have like an Azeroth assets folder, and then all these subfolders are in that. And clean this part up a bit. Ah, yes, the landscapes were broken because I renamed things. That makes sense. Alright, mesh, and we'll have this start out as procedural mesh. Alright, create terrain. I believe there's water in this mesh. There should be water in this mesh. Ah, there it is. Okay, so that wrote as a procedural mesh. And if we come in here, we should not see any water at all. Already I can see that the triangles are lower. I feel like I need to do something. It's just, I'm getting this approximate size, and that doesn't seem right. there like an option to recalculate the bounds? Recalc... update bounds. There we are. Do deferred render updates concurrent. Conditional updates. Skip update overlaps. Clear need of end frame updates. Get marked for end of frame update state. Tracks whether the component has been added to one of the world's end of frame updates lists. On update transform. Set should update physics volume. Should recreate proxy on update transform. Try update config file, update bounds, update child transforms. Is there like an update all? Update mesh section. Update component to world. Well, first of all, we absolutely need to recalculate the bounds. We are definitely having issues with that. Alright. Yep, I am not seeing the water mesh anymore. If we go unlit, yeah, there's no water mesh in here. Perfect. Alright, so that means it's now being saved as a procedural mesh. So now, can we do it as a separate mesh? Update child transforms. Update collision profile, update component to world, update mesh section, update navigation bounds, update overlaps, update physics, single property, occlusion bounds, navigation bounds. You know, I think just updating the bounds is probably going to do that. And let's also do child transforms just to be safe. Actually, there are no components child, so just updating the bounds should do that. Terrain mesh. Let's see what's up here. Update. UV channel data. Try update, request update. Recalc. No. You know what? I think this might be something we want to do in here. Update that bounds. Calculate extend bounds. I have been getting bounds issues, so I think that's probably going to help a lot. Come on. Oh, look at that. And a static mesh. That's of the water. Perfect. So now they are separate meshes. Did the material get updated? Yes, it did. Perfect. Perfect! Yatta. Yatta. And then I do the planet up. Alright. That's all good. So let's save. Okay, it's going to save that. Save the meshes. Save the world. Come on. Come on. Work. Well, okay, we'll just leave this as is for now. Unless... Okay. So the fact that that just straight up worked is fantastic. I'm very happy with that. Okay, so that's just the water. Or that's just that one. Alright. There's a lot to do with the landscapes. Dun, 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 dun. And I saw that, you know, all this was just updating as we were going with it. Although it looks like it's not showing me the component for the water mesh. Procedural water mesh. Separate mesh. Combined mesh. Okay, now it's showing up. That's weird. Alright. And landscape. Alright. Okay, good. That's all working. So now we have to re-import all this, you know, stuff again. But, you know, that's not going to be too bad. But, you know, that's also kind of a good thing. Let's just create terrain. I like that it does this. All right. Are you gonna let me do anything? No, probably not. All right. Okay. Cancel. Forgot I was over in here. I was trying to refresh this. Okay, so it looks like terrain water can now be generated. That's fantastic. I'll do a commit. Oh. Okay. Now can I push these successfully? Updates were rejected because the tip of your branch is currently behind. Yep. Edit conflicts. Alright, the unresolved conflict is right here. Alright, reserve it. Use the head. Yep. Okay, so now I can sync this. Okay. Okay, so something's going messed up here. Alright, push. I'm going to force this. There we go, that looks like it fixed it. Okay, I'm going to have to check this though. Come on, stop. I need to take this off screen. There we go. How are we doing here? Hey, look at that. And this is a separate model. Terrain water mesh is properly set. And you know what? The naming convention even works. So you've got the same landscape name, but with underscore water at the end. Yeah, that's what I like to see. I am just so happy that that's working. At some point we do have to come up with a better water solution. Not that I'm saying this is bad, but I'd like something that's a little bit more custom. So was that ADT asset that we were working with? No, it was the actor. I just want to make sure that it's got the correct values. You know what? I think it is the assets. Oh yeah, it is the assets. So ADT asset. And let's see, processing polygons. Generate mesh data. Here we go. Is that where I'm actually at? Generating the mesh data? Yeah, generating the mesh data. So we need to go down here. That's the point data. Here's the polygon data. Contains that. Good. It contains the other one. Perfect. Okay, good. So we got that dealt with. Whew. Alright, so I think we are actually at a point where I'm actually going to, once this is saved, we're going to build and see if maybe this fixes some of the issues we've been having. I should be doing this before I'm doing all the landscape stuff, but yeah. Okay, so getting back to this, the next step that we need to work on is actually, building a texture for the ADT file. So I think, is that an option I put into here, or is it an option I put into the, I think it's an option I put into the actor. Because I do know, alright, that's the baked texture. Where did I put the information for the, okay. Texture helpers, map chunk. Don't think it has anything to do with the WDT asset. Could it be under utilities? No? I don't think I have it under here. Oh, you know what? What I was looking for? Probably here. Or not? Oh. Okay, well, asset, there's that. Okay, here we are, terrain textures. Alright, so that's an option I put into there, which means I can't actually do this inside the asset there. It looks like 496. Is that what I want for the default? Alright, So let's look at this. We know that each ADT has 16 chunks of 64, so that's a 496 texture. So yeah, that might just be the one we want to do. Is that math right? I feel like that math is right. $1,024. Okay, so if I were to combine all the mcals together, I would get a 1024 wide image. And now, let's see. Now keep in mind, that stretches pretty much from here to here. It's 1024. If you look at just the paintings on that, that's a pretty low-res image. And we are going about 8 deep. So an 8K texture might actually be more reasonable. Okay, I'm gonna mess with things for a moment. There. So, I'll probably turn that off. If I set this to 1, that is 1 iteration per chunk, basically. You can see how great that looks. So yeah, I'm looking at it and I can see there's roughly 16 going across here. So and what we want is 8. So yeah, an 8K texture will more than likely be what we want. In which case, we'd want to import that as a virtual texture, which would actually help a whole lot of things. So, okay, 8 of these per chunk. Gotcha. Which actually brings me to my first question. How big are these? About 256. I'm guessing that's going to be consistent completely. Okay, so 256 times 16. 256 times 16 is a 4K texture, but we want to go 8 times that. So we're looking at a 32K texture to keep the resolution. Eesh. That's a lot. I'll tell you what, though, it'd be better if I could bake all the... Could I? Could I create a system where we can bake all the mcals down to a single 1K texture and then just split it up according to the chunk? I have a feeling that's a bad idea because it would cause overlaps because, you know, while a lot of the mcals actually do look similar, they do not match up in every instance. Like this. Here is, you know, let me zoom in. Alright, here is, you know, X3. You know, these basically go in order, but, you know, compare that to this guy. These two literally sit next to each other. Notice the green here is actually meeting up with the blue here. That's because they're on 2 different levels. So having these two right next to each other, unless we could like perfectly cut this in the thing, there would be bleed in between the blue and the green, and then all the other colors. And right here, you know, this green actually matches up with this red. Even though the blues, and you know, the green and the red are basically inverted in what layer they are. So this is why the chunked version is probably the best solution, because you're going to get that really nice WoW quality, but it does take up a lot of resources. I mean, if it was for some reason completely uniform, that would be great, but it's not. So, to keep the resolution that we would need, assuming every texture is 256 for tiles, and I'm not sure they are, that's still a massive number. 32K for 180T. That's a lot of memory. Now keep in mind, that is us just building a singular material, a singular texture. And that does cover a huge swatch of land, keeping the, you know, effectively the same resolution. And you can lower this if you need to, but, you know, you're not going to get quite as good quality. It's going to be a lot lower, which is why chunked might be the best option, actually, because it is the most WoW-like. Alright, I wanted to see if these modeling fixes help things. So potentially... geez, gotta wait for things to finish compiling and shit. Alright, so having a potential texture that's 32K. Not ideal. But some people may be okay with that. So what we should probably do is come in here and add 2 more. You know, I could just tell all of these to be virtual textures. For some reason, I think Using that as the maximum. Not a bad idea. You know, let's just leave it at 4K. And we'll have it so you can set it up to... Alright, 32K, true size. True resolution. Down resed. And 32K. Full resolution, I should say. I'm not sure if down res is spelled correctly. I kind of want to make sure it is. Downsized. I suppose downsized is probably good too. I'm not going to get an answer from there. Alright, but we can actually start working on this. Come down here. Baked texture. Equals null pointer. Void generate baked texture. Bool we generate equals false. Actually, you know what? I can just do just straight that. But let's come up here. Paste. All right. All right. Create. So all that wonderful work we did, getting the landscapes actually build and everything, paid off, and we can now build the water with only minimal work having been done. Right. Now that just needs that. Actually, this should be get baked texture. Let's generate baked texture, and this is get baked texture. So that will be get baked texture. Dun, dun. Why IntelliSense? Why are you like this? I'm wondering if I should keep the baked texture or just regenerate it if it's not here. Do we have the WoW version information? Yes, we do. All right, good. Baked texture size equals T enum is byte. Alright, so this will help us in case we need to get the baked texture at a different resolution. So we come up here. Alright. If 80 WoW version Alright, if getting a lot of waiting times, and I'm not happy about it. If baked texture equals null pointer, or WoW version terrain texture size does not equal baked texture size, or regenerate equals true. Actually, let's invert this. So we don't need that at all. And let's see, that's going to be an and returned baked texture. So yeah, first things first, let's just see if there's all the values are good and duplicated, and then we'll send that off. If not, well, then we're in trouble. All right. Unable to generate baked texture. Unable to. Well, actually, you know what? I'm going to keep that, but I'm going to take this down here. Alright, so it's called generate baked texture up here. It's not keeping track of where I'm working. That's not good. Alright. Generate baked texture. So basically, you know, if we have the texture, let's return that. If not, we need to generate the baked texture. That should do all the good stuff. If baked texture equals null pointer, return. Well, actually, no. We could just straight up return the baked texture. So, for generate baked texture, we're actually going to do our work. Let's actually do our checks. Alright. Generated texture, or baked texture. Equals null pointer. Why is it doing that? So yeah, one of the first things we're going to do, you know, so let's see, run checks, invalidate previous texture plays. Gather data. Build new texture. So that's going to be our basic setup. Close all that. So now I can just scroll down here, find ones with ETs that have items attached to it. And I know that 2948 is still built, but we don't have anything on it so far. We haven't done doodads and shit, so. But let's just get the materials and all that going. Alright, so while that's going, let's continue to work on this. So, we invalidated the previous texture build. Alright, if does not equal null pointer, delete. Clear. Clear all cache platform data. Atomically clear flags. Clear cache. Clear garbage. Kill. Mark pending kill. Alright, let's gather the data now. Alright, so we need the mcal data, which we have. Actually, let's start with the big texture. Alright. Equals new object view texture 2D. Alright, so that makes it a brand new texture. Set X. Width. Size X. Address X. Texture address. Oh, okay. virtual. Set resource. Source colors, platform data, linker, lighting grid, layer format. Asset input data. Why am I having trouble figuring out how to do this? And I've done this like 5 times already. Ah, okay. Int 32 resolution, image resolution equals 4096. Switch. WoW version. Texture terrain size. Copy that. Case. Yes. Alright, let's take 4096 down to here. Because that will also be the default. It's just easier in some ways. Copy, paste, 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 paste. 1024, 2048, 8192. 16384 and 32768. All right, use alpha, false. We'll just use world. And let's see, for compression settings, probably just default. B, virtual texture equals true. So any other parameters I want to... defer compression, no. Use alpha, no. Virtual MIP generator settings. Source GUI, texture group. What do we have for MIP generator settings? Texture, MIP generator settings. From texture group, I guess. Which I think is the default, but why the hell not get it in there immediately? There, my OCD just kicked in. Alright. Bring it down here. Alright, so we still have color data and package. See, color data is just that. But that's actually where we're going to build everything, so yay. Alright, texture package. Package. We don't want a texture package. So is there a way to do this transiently? Doesn't look like it. Got a lot of imagery sizing tools, get render target, get raw data, export texture to DDS, compress image, decompress image, load, save, autosave. Crop and scale. Thumbnail. PNG compress. Create checkerboard texture 2D array. Neat. Yeah, okay. I have a feeling that would crash things. Ah. Creates and initialize a new texture 2D with the requested settings. Okay. Equals new texture 2D. Create transient. So image resolution, pixel format. Format. BGRA, name equals name none. Yeah, that works for me. Baked texture. Name, asset import data. I'm ready. Right now I'm just looking to see if I can set values. Set platform data. Set the derived data for this texture on this platform. Update texture region. Asynchronously update regions of a texture with new data. Num regions. Number of regions to update. Regions to update. The pitch of the source. What do they mean by pitch? 1 pixel data in bytes. The source data. If true, the source data and region pointers will be freed after the update. Yeah, it might not actually be right. Update. What does this update texture region include? Destination X and Y, the height, source X and Y, and the width. So what, I'm building a separate material and then copying it to this one? Why can't I just paste it into the one I'm already working with? So yeah, I don't think that's the way. Consumable render source, no. Update resource. Stream in. Okay. I am officially lost. Init. Oh, here we go. Init blocked. Just straight up a init would probably be fine. Source lock MIP 0. Destination pointer, MIP data. Okay. And then you unlock it. So basically, I need one of these that just creates a transient texture. Maybe I should just copy this and create one of my own. Okay, I probably need to rethink this a bit. Yeah, I'm probably going to have to come back to this later. I'm thinking this may be the best option, but it doesn't quite get me where I want. Oh, cancel. Place WMOs. Import doodads and generate. There we go. Oh, there we go. A lot of doodads in that one, honestly. And it's not just the doodads, but the dude women. But the doodads. Alright, create terrain. Honestly, I just want to, make the whole of Azeroth, but, I'm having that bug where I can't do the ones that have nothing. I was hoping I would be done with that, but I guess I gotta go fix it. Alright, well, we're doing pretty good. So the textures are being flipped, the terrain is being generated. This is looking really good. I'm wondering if I can import their zone breaks. So like somewhere along this river and, somewhere along this river are there zone edges. Can I somehow convert that to a volume that says all of this is, Elwyn Forest, all of that's Stormwind, all of this is Westfall? Is that possible? And the answer is yes, it is possible. I just don't know. I don't know if I'm there yet. All right, let's create terrain. Whole new sections of land. Yeah, I think I gotta think about this a bit more before I can really get into it. I have a lot of, this is a good start. But what I really want to do is create a transient texture and then, tell it to be virtualized and all that, and then, All sorts of stuff. I mean, I suppose I could just straight up create it and then just have a link to it. But I don't know. That kind of goes against how I want to build things. The asset itself should not really create its own assets unless, especially like this. I don't know. I could make this just build the texture and then that's all you need to do. And it just, you know, finds the image and returns it if it finds it. And then I don't need that transient baked texture. Well, I probably do, but, yeah. Have a little bit more control over it. So yeah, that's going to take more time for me to just figure things out. Oh, are we reaching the... We are reaching the limits of my memory. I have so many things going right now that, you know, my memory's at like 86% out of 32 gigs. And about 12 and a half are currently in Unreal Engine. This is what happens when you don't save too often. But I can see that this is still going, so at least there's that. Yeah, I just gotta sit and think about this, and I don't really want to do that on stream. Which, unfortunately, kind of means that there's not much more I can do on this. At least for the moment. Oh god, it's really warm in here tonight. This is what happens when my computer is going into overdrive. Yeah. Well, this is taking a while. And there goes my memory. It's now pegged at 98%. 99? 98? Hopefully this will return functionality to us in a moment. Come on, let me move the camera. Well, it got some of it done. Preparing the mesh cards. There we go. Okay, so that was basically nothing. This is just a little bit of something, so we can just fly through here, and that doesn't seem right. Which means, more than likely, this is for flying this way. And that's just a fun thing to look at. Alright, let's do a save. just to make sure that everything's good. Look at all these items that need to be updated and saved. So I'm hoping that the next time I stream this, I will have all of Azeroth for you to, you know, kind of preview and take a look at. I don't know if that's going to be in the chunked material setup or if that's going to be in the, you know, the texture setup. I'm hoping textured because I think that's going to be a lot better, but at 32K, that's going to have to be virtualized. So we'll probably have virtual textures. We'll see how that goes. At 32K, that was just going to be insane. Definitely going to need bitmaps for that. But I can, you know, hopefully at that point I can figure out, you know, okay, what's good about this. And actually, now that I think about it, I need to build this at 32K anyways. So we're going to need just a basic transient texture that we build to, not just the baked one. So we'll build that texture and then use the texture utilities to resize it down to the baked texture. If we need to resize it. So yeah. Definitely some work to do here. Well, we have actually got a lot done. We got, you know, we got the water separated out, so that actually means I can enable nanite on the landscape meshes, and hopefully they'll work. Been having some problems with getting nanite to work at all in this project. You know, there's a fair number of other things to work on. But just getting the water separated out, that is a big win. Yeah, it is. Still a couple of other fun things to do, a couple of tests, and you know, all good stuff. But you know what? I think that's actually where we're going to end things for tonight. I've got an early day tomorrow, and I'm not looking forward to it. It's going to be a tiring day. I wish you all a wonderful evening. I will see you on Friday. Unless I'm too tired. Hopefully I'll see you on Friday. I want to work on a little bit on the Star Citizen plugin, but I'm really feeling the drive for this plugin, so hopefully we'll find out. So until then, have a wonderful evening and a good day, and hope you enjoy these videos. Good night, everybody.